I did not receive good news at the vet today. It's been rough. I think I'm ready to talk about it, but give me a minute. Okay, so I'm here in Bend, Oregon still, and my Jackery, though it still works, it's a pain in the neck to try to charge it, and so it doesn't charge very well. So there's an REI here, and I knew that I had dividends, so I went to REI and just checked to see what they had. They had a goal 0, 500. I'm out of breath. So they had a goal 0, 500 watt, and because I had dividends and because they were running a 20% off sale, I got a killer deal on a new power bank. So I still have the Jackery and I can still use it as a backup, but look at this, 350 bucks after my dividends and the 20% off. So maybe that means I spend way too much money at REI, I don't know, but it saved my butt. Well, they sure don't give it to you charged. I think he's a little spoiled. Are you not spoiled with new teeth? Tomorrow we leave Bend. I received some not so great news today, so I'm not so sure how much I'm gonna share on video today, but I'll be sure to keep you all posted. But I think I'm gonna take advantage of this rest stop and let the dogs out for a little bit. On their leash, let them run around for a minute. So we're here at the rest area in Brothers, Oregon, just outside of Bend, and we're taking advantage of a beautiful day with some leash time. Getting a break from the car. I'm watching the live stream.
That's the same as the going to the gorge, though.
I'm in the middle of nowhere, Nevada.
Yeah. Right at 3 hours for me. Probably more like 4 for you, ain't it?
Oh yes, you will submit yours now. Yes, you will. I've got some early ones where I was day hiking and discovering trails around Indiana that are just hilarious because
Kayaking with awesome people.
Jen was at one of those.
That was one of my favorites when I stumbled on that.
Yeah, because
Did you see what Hook said a minute ago? So I didn't mean to cut you off. I just didn't want to lose it. He said, "What fishing live stream do you want him and Kelly to send?"
All right, I just finished the live chat with Chris and Campfires and Cat Holes, and I really needed that boost. You know, today's been a really crappy day, if I'm being 110% honest. I found out some horrible news today at the vet, and at first earlier today, like I said, I wasn't really ready to talk about it, but after doing that chat with them today and just interacting with all those cool people, I feel a lot better. And though I'm still heartbroken by the news that I received, it really helped me get out of my funk and just realize that I need to just appreciate the time that I have with my boys. So today at the vet, I took my dogs to have their 1-year checkup, and Pike needed his 2-week checkup from surgery. So Pike is doing fine, although we think that he still has some pain on one of his canines that he had removed. So we got another week's worth of pain meds. concerned about Jethro because he has a mass that is formed on the inner leg, and it's kind of come on pretty quickly, like within the last 6 months or maybe 7 months or so, and it has grown to the size of a grapefruit. It's huge, and this dog is not very big, so I was, like he has fatty tissue, fatty cysts all over his body, so I was like just wanting to have it looked at. Well, the vet said that they won't be able to know if it's a cancer or if it's a fatty tissue without doing a biopsy and running all of these tests. But the problem is that regardless of what it is growing at such a speed that it's going to run out of room, and it's hardening. And when it hardens and it runs out of room, it could rupture. So that is the biggest concern. It could also cut off the supply to the nodes, and it could cut off supply to the nerves and cause paralysis, and that's also bad. So sorry, I thought I smelled propane. So the vets actually did not recommend surgery. They said that because of the location of the mass and the thinness of the skin, that it would do more damage to Jethro to do the surgery than to just, keep an eye on it. So Jethro's not exhibiting any signs of pain. He's not limping. He's not even fazed by it. So I was kind of shocked by this news because she said it's very similar to an aneurysm. Once it gets to that point, it could just rupture, and if it ruptures, he will die. So I received that news today. That was hard to absorb. And then Agron has been losing weight really rapidly. I noticed last year at his his checkup last year that the vet was concerned. Agron in his prime was 110 pounds and an average of 100. And he dropped in just a couple months when I still lived at my house, he dropped from that to 80 pounds. And the vet was concerned at that time, but because he was still within his weight acceptability, like it's within an acceptable weight for his age, the vet was like, if it continues to happen, then we're going to have a problem. That's not a good sign when a dog starts losing weight like that. So I noticed that Agron had started losing some weight, so I had brought that up to the vet, and he now weighs 68 pounds. Agron will be 9 in April. On April 12th, he will be 9 years old, and German Shepherds tend to only live 9 to 12 years with a few outliers. So Agron is in his senior years. Even though he's not really showing signs of slowing down, he is starting to get gray-faced, just like Jethro, but in her experience, the other alternative for fast weight loss like this and increased anxiety and increased behavioral issues is cancer. They could both live 5 more years. They could die tomorrow. We could get in a car accident. So life is so unpredictable, and I'm not going to focus on the fact that we received a little bit of a oblique diagnosis today. So we're going to just enjoy life. I know that my dogs have had a wonderful life. I've taken them on so many adventures. They live this amazing lifestyle with me. I've given these dogs so much love. They've been loved from day one that I've had them, and I've watched them grow. They drive me crazy, but I still love them, and I'm going to miss them so much when they're gone, and it could be sooner rather than later. But like I said, they could live 5 more years. Who knows? The body is an interesting thing, and you never know what's going to happen. So that's the news that I received today that I was having a hard time sharing with you. So I appreciate everybody that's reached out, sending their love and their prayers on Instagram, and I really appreciate that. Being so far away from friends and family, I feel very much alone sometimes, especially when I receive news like this, and I'm in a place that I don't really know, and I don't have any friends around. gonna camp at that rest stop, but we ran out of water today, and the Shell station that was about a mile away from that rest stop was closed. So I am driving into Winnemucca, I think is what it's called, Nevada, and it is 64 degrees right now. It's 7 o'clock almost, 6:45, and it was 70 something degrees earlier today. It's been absolutely gorgeous. Got so many beautiful views of these little snow-capped mountains, and we are driving the 40 extra minutes into Winnemucca because I'm out of water and I need to drink it. I need to drink, dogs need to drink, and so we're going into here. And there's a couple spots on BLM land, or Bureau of Land Management land, that we're probably going to stay at. Worst case scenario, we'll just stay at a gas station. I think there's a Maverick up here, and there's a few other things, but it's surrounded by public land, so I don't think we're going to have any issues as long as I have Verizon cell phone. So that's the latest update for today. I'm going to go ahead and get to camp, get some dinner, go to camp, get water, get dinner, go to camp, and get ready for the evenings. All right, we just made it to camp number 2, but hopefully camp for good for tonight. Beautiful area. Just look at this. BLM land, tons of trails to go explore. Though we are right outside of a neighborhood, but there's other people camped here. There's a truck camper and they pull behind just next to that, and looks like there's all kinds of off-road. I'm in town, and I don't know, I was only going to stay here one night, but I kind of want to go explore all of that. So here's camp for tonight. Alright, we have a little table with the fridge and the dogs whining, but I don't know if it's gonna pick up, but it's getting really dark. Yeah? Yeah? Really? You want to join the video? Are you a good boy? Yeah? Love you boys. My sweet babies. Maybe you want to play math if I drop anything? We had a successful night staying here at this trailhead. I will link the GPS coordinates to my Patreon if you would like to know how to access this site. Absolutely phenomenal, right inside of town with this whole BLM backdrop. I talked to one of the BLM workers who came here and was cleaning up the area, and he gave me all kinds of advice on where to go check out, what trails to hit, where to go off-roading, that there's sand dunes here. So I think what we're gonna do is get something to eat, and then I want to go explore all of these off-roads. There's a truck coming right now, but there's all kinds of roads, and that's what we're gonna do. Beautiful, beautiful backdrop. We on top of the world.
So I got to this site last night. It was pitch black. No idea what I was in for. No idea what my surroundings were. Holy crap. I landed this spot like super late because I couldn't find camping. And so at first it's like, okay, desolate. There's some Snow Peak Mountains back there. Desolate, desolate. There's my shadow. There's the dogs. Oh gosh, really? All right. And bam, son. This is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. If I didn't need a shower so bad, I would totally stay here for a few more days, but I'm gonna go up about 20 minutes where there's a hot spring and I'm gonna bathe. Not in the hot spring, but get the hot water and bathe and then get in the hot spring. But anyways, this is such a cool spot. I think I'm gonna pin this for future reference if I'm ever in North Nevada. Yeah. Alright, I'm here and I can tell that the water is hot because I can see steam. I was gonna drive up there, but it all looked unlevel except for way back there, and I couldn't tell how deep it was because I hadn't gotten out yet, but I'm gonna come up here and just test. This is the pool that is on the reviews. It looks warm. It's a little chilly today. Let's see. Whew, look how clear that is. Please be warm. Please be warm. Oh, that's pretty warm. It could be a little hotter, but oh yeah, we're getting a bath. Oh, that's hot because my feet are freezing. Oh, oh. I'm just kind of sitting here. I'm not in a really good camp spot. There's camp spots around, but the sun, it's gonna get dark in this little valley and it's gonna get cold, and I could go soak in the hot spring, and I was like, the sun's amazing, and say goodbye to this amazing spot. But I will pin this location on my Patreon, so if you would like to see the GPS location, go check that out.